Does everybody know my name?
You know who I am?
What's my name? What's my name? You got the correct answer. Now scream it louder. What's my name? I think the people in the audience just wrote a hit song. You gotta keep clapping really, really loud and really, really long during the Danko Jones show. You wanna know why? Because I'm insecure and I have self-esteem and self-respect issues. You must validate my existence. Make me feel good about myself tonight.
I honestly don't believe to this day we're a successful band. I walk on stage every night, I do every tour thinking that I don't know if this is just gonna fall apart. I have no idea.
It is my duty to make sure that everybody in this club has a good time. This is the line. This is my house, and that's my front porch. So if you're knocking on my door, welcome.
It doesn't feel like a job, what we're doing.
No, but it is a job. This is where I work. You want to see where I work? Check it out.
We take it serious like it is a job, but at the same time...
A lot of people have a negative connotation when it comes to the word job and what that means. But when I use the word job, I think it's a positive thing because I like my job.
I love it when it goes like that. Like that, and like that, and like that. Right behind the boom! That feels so good right here.
Who the fuck doesn't want to be in a rock band? I'm not asking you to bust your ass for the company and then we can sell, you know, all these chairs. No, so we can go all over the world, play as many rock shows and meet as many people and play with as many cool bands and maybe have enough money to pay the rent so you can keep going. And do it not selling chairs or shoes, doing it playing rock.
We came to rock the rock and rollers. We have come with our brand of rock and roll.
We wanted to do the kind of stuff that we grew up listening to, like Kiss and AC/DC and Lizzie. As much as we acknowledged and we respected and we loved like bands like the Gories and the Dirt Bombs and the Oblivions and stuff, I think we had just grown out of it. You know, I don't know if growing out of it is the right term, but whether you listen to Kiss or whether you listen to the Gories, it's still called rock and roll. They're still rock and roll bands, both of them. And we wanted to do the Kiss kind.
I want to rock and roll all night and rock every day.
The first band that really got me was Kiss.
Like Danko, one of the first bands I got into was Kiss as well. And I was 5 and I asked my mom to buy me a record and it was a Kiss record.
When I was 6 years old, I bugged my mom to buy a Kiss album and she finally relented. So we went to the Music World store in Fairview Mall and I chose the thickest one I could find because it had the most stuff included for free inside, like a booklet, and it was a gatefold out. And that was Kiss Alive.
It was always kind of like a big affair when you get the vinyl and you would follow along with the lyrics and look at the pictures and get a whole different idea of what the band was that you were listening to.
A lot of the attraction about Kiss was that they were these superhumans and I was into comic books, just like every other kid my age at the time. Except I think I took it a little bit further because I identified with Kiss in a way that maybe some other kids didn't. I was an only child and I wanted a brother or a sister and I pretended that they were my older brothers and they wore makeup so you couldn't really see the skin color.
You know, you kind of get immersed into this imaginary world, so ever since I was a kid I was always kind of lost in that.
I used to just listen to the album over and over again to the point where my parents started getting worried and my dad eventually broke it over his knee. And that really made me want it even more. The images will be embedded into my psyche till I'm dead. And it took me a long time to really take any band who wasn't wearing any kind of makeup seriously. Because from there, I moved on to Motley Crue because they were like the new Kiss and they wore makeup a little bit.
I was living in Canada first, then I moved to Italy like when I was 10. There was no real record store, so it was all by mail order. So you'd get these catalogs of records, and you just have to order stuff.
While MTV was at its height, while Much Music was at its height, I was still grappling with images on paper. There was still just photos of the Bad Brains. But they're Rastafarian guys. Shouldn't they be playing like reggae? No, they play this intense, crazy punk rock stuff. What?
I kind of got more into bands like Iron Maiden and The Clash, and then got into stuff like Metallica. So that shaped me into what kind of music I liked. And then I started playing the bass because my brother played the guitar and my mom got us some instruments. We're just always playing around at the house.
I was 6 years old. I wanted to play drums, and my mom wanted me to learn piano. And I just did not have the attention span to play piano. So she compromised with guitar. My first guitar that I got when I was 6 years old, you can see there's 3 strings. The rest of them are here, very rusted out. The strings hurt my fingers, so I stopped lessons, and I didn't pick it up until I was 13 again. Oh shit, these are from my very first guitar lessons. Wow, this is wild. This is Hey Joe, when I actually learned it, kind of. I'm still learning it. Finger picking variations.
You know, just doing everything from playing along with like Beastie Boys and trying to play Iron Maiden songs, trying to play Metallica stuff.
I haven't opened this up since I think I put it away all those years ago. There's All My Lovin', Beatles. There we go. As you can tell, I didn't have enough money to actually buy the magazines, so I'd go to the library and photocopy them.
Oh, great. Did you? It's got some Stairway to Heaven
guitar tab. This is where it all starts, man. And then I got an electric guitar, like a Squire, for Christmas. And I wanted a black guitar, and they didn't have that. But I didn't want to go home without a guitar, so I ended up going home with a baby blue Squire guitar that I didn't really want. I saw this just now. My guitar case from high school. So you saw the one when I was 6 years old, but this is the one from high school. You can tell it's high school because it's got a Misfit sticker and a Bad Brain sticker. And they're pretty good stickers because they're still on the case, like after all these years.
It's funny to have all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's the one I had from high school.
1, 2, 3, 4. Still JC. Still DJ. Still the Mango Kid. Still rocking a stage. Still the dynamic duo. Still the Glimmer Twins. Still keeping it rock solid.
Being in a band is like being in a marriage, you know? Some marriages last for 6 months. Some last for a week, and some last for years and years and years.
Well, it's been almost 15, 16 years now that we've been together, and the reason why we've been together, I think it's just the dynamic works great between the two of us, and we both trust each other.
We were both very hungry when we first started this band. We both were willing to do whatever it takes.
We're pretty much like brothers at this point. We spend so much time together, and he's my best friend.
We know the commitment to each other is there, so it's just a matter of keeping the train on the tracks. And there's been some people that we've wanted included on the train, and they just weren't biting, and they weren't very interested in it, so it's just been him and I all this time. We've both proven it to each other that we're willing to work very, very hard to achieve a common goal.
Hey, JC, do we gotta prove ourselves all over again? I don't think so. I think we just gotta put on a good rock show for everybody right here, right now.
How I met JC was through college radio.
Danko went to university and he studied film.
I'm the fucking director now. I want one camera on the audience. I want you to go fucking ape shit. 1, 2, 3.
I went to university for environmental studies. It makes sense. Film and environmental studies, Danko Jones.
You know who that is? That's my #1 fan right there, looking back at you. That's a #1 Danko Jones fan. He's been to every show.
We used to hang out on campus at York University and at CHRY, the radio station that was at York University and still is there.
I ended up having a show there, and I did a show for 4 or 5 years.
Danko's show was called The Seminole Load, and it was on Sunday nights. I think it was 11 to 2. So I would actually go down and hang out. And I mean, he'd play anything from Girls Against Boys to Jesus Lizard to John Zorn and like really obscure stuff. It's just kind of like an open platform. That's kind of the beauty of radio and college radio setting, that you can pretty much do whatever you want.
When I was doing the show, I would just take out records and play it over the air just to hear it. Now I could say, I went to university to find out about music.